Right? Just like when I was little, I never humped couches.
Yes, you did. I was about to say that. He used to put his meat in between the couches.
Nah.
I have never in my life humped a couch.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, Steak and Sauce family. This is episode 15. I am Antonio Claiborne, one half of the dynamic duo. You already know who the other half is.
You already know. My name is Derek Nowlin, the other half of the dynamic duo of the Steak and Sauce podcast. You already know it's the baddest podcast in the land. If you don't know, you should, because your baby mama does. Okay? We are back. We are thankful. This is a lot to be thankful for. This is the Thanksgiving episode, and we want to go ahead and give a shout out to our main man, the man with the plan behind the camera. We have Mr. Weston Carmack. You can follow him at carmack.media on IG. He is a beast. Reach out to him. Also continue to support Scott Bunn. We have a lot of changes coming up for him. We want to hold off on that right now. We'll discuss that a little bit later, but some big changes, and I know he's proud of those. We got a special guest in here today. We got Mr. Preston Mason, Jesuit Leviticus Eller. Let's give it up for him, baby. How you doing, brother?
Appreciate you.
How you doing?
And it's Mason Preston. That's how you start that out.
Oh,
yeah.
excuse me.
That's the first
Well,
name
you
there.
know what? They own half of Pulaski, so
We do not.
yeah,
We
y'all
do
might as well
not.
get it right. Listen, I'm telling you, I went out there to his house and I was like, hey, what used to be over here? He said it used to be a big house. I didn't ask any more questions. I'll leave that up to interpretation for you guys. No, I'm joking. How you been, man?
I've been good, man. Been good.
Weston, how you been this week?
I've been good. Yep.
Good, man. Everybody's been doing good this week. I've had a good week. It's been busy. Tonio, I know you've been working like crazy.
Always.
He has to get that money up for that hibachi.
Yeah, you already know.
All right. If y'all saw the Halloween episode, y'all know how much he spends on hibachi, steak, and shrimp. I still haven't had a steak. They've had it every day this week.
Lies you tell.
Like I said, when you're in a different tax bracket, you can do that kind of stuff.
You can't
okay?
hide money.
You can't hide money, right?
Lies
Can't
you
hide it.
tell.
I don't tell no lies. I get on here and tell the truth. That's all I do.
All right.
All right.
How was your week, though?
My week has been crazy, okay? Now, there's one part I do want to talk about, but we want to hold off on that because Steak and Sauce family, we have a big surprise for you guys coming up. We've been working on something brand new. We want to continue to hold it just for a little while, but we think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Also, I got back on the stage this week.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. So
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has. It's been over 3 months. As a lot of people know, I do stand-up comedy on the side as well, and I want to shed more light to our show. So I feel like doing that helps us get better exposure. And at the end of the show, I always plug our show, our platform, to let people know, hey, this is what we're doing. Please tune in. Please subscribe. Hook us up, you know? So this week, I decided to push my jokes a little bit further than I usually do, right? And I wanted to test them out in the crowd and see how the temperature was, how the climate was. Shout out to all the rest of the comedians that were there. They did an excellent job, by the way. I went ahead and wrote out a lot of stuff. I take a lot of pleasure in writing my jokes out. It's fun to me, right? I'm sitting there in tears and I haven't even finished the joke because I can already imagine the crowd. So most of these jokes come to me when I'm driving down the road or I'm sitting at home, or let's say me and you had a discussion. I'm going to add a part in there that didn't even happen.
I know this.
You know this. I've been doing it my whole life, right? I've been living in my head my whole life. So a lot of this stuff that I tell you guys, 50% of it is factual, something tangible. The other 50 is biggity, okay? It's not even real, okay? But they don't know that. We got to paint the picture for them, right? That's what we're supposed to do. What I decided to do, I reached out to Preston. Preston and me, we hang tough. He's a good guy. He's an old soul. So I know if anybody was going to be honest, it was going to be Preston. And my brothers, they don't like for me to tell them my jokes because they want to see them live.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they don't want me to run my bits across them. So I reached out to Preston and we got on FaceTime and I told him a couple jokes live, and he was crying. So I said, you know what?
You knew that he was going to hit.
I knew I got a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's sitting there and he's like, Derek, like, that. He told me that joke may go one or two ways. He's like, but I think it's a good one, right?
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, we had a phone conversation, me, you, and Weston last night, and I could hear Weston crying. Like, I don't know if he was crying, but Weston was definitely laughing, right?
Yeah.
So if I can tell y'all those jokes kind of like after the fact and not to the full extent, and you guys still get something out of it, I feel pretty good about that.
yeah.
Weston, what did you think about them?
Dude, I was dying. It was some of those jokes I was kind of like,
Whoa.
I don't know. But that's why I was laughing so hard, though, because I was like, oh,
We pushed
you
it.
can only say that in comedy.
You can
Yeah,
only,
absolutely.
and that is the beauty of this. You just made a good point. You can only say that in comedy or right here, because I really feel like it gives us the ability and the platform to push the limit.
Yeah.
I always get upset when people kind of come and they're like very derogatory, or they're like, it feels like they're dampering the mood. You came to a comedy show.
Yeah.
You didn't come to get offended.
What do you expect?
What do you expect? The beauty of being a comedian is being able to speak on things, worldly issues, relationships, religion, pronouns. We're able to speak on all these things and say the things that people are thinking in a safe space.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a safe space. And look at the greats. They didn't hold back. Look at Red Fox, Richard Pryor. They didn't hold back. Look at Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's Raw. If y'all have never watched that, oh my God.
Still classic to this
Classic. And I love the fact that they're not holding back. They're pushing the envelope, and those guys did that. And I just want to push the envelope in my own way. You know, a lot of the things that I think of, I see y'all shake y'all's heads like, my God, how's he think of that? You know what I'm saying? But actually now I'm embracing who I am. I'm embracing my personality and the things I can come up with.
You should be.
You know, because before I used to kind of be like, man, you know, should I say these things? Should I not? But I'm like, no, this is my gift. You know?
Absolutely.
This is my gift. I'm just going to embrace it. So, Weston, some of the jokes I told you on the phone, I know you were shaking your head because he shakes his head here on while we're doing this. You know, like, so I already know that he was like, my gosh, you know what I'm saying? But they were funny, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Super funny.
All right. Preston, you were there in the crowd live with your girlfriend. Thank y'all for supporting.
Absolutely.
You guys have been such a big encouragement. On the way there, his girlfriend gave me this huge motivational speech.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, and me and him are mobbing in the front of the car. You know, we're dancing and stuff. And she's like, Derek, you're the best. And I was like, whoa. And Preston tells me, he said, listen, you tell everybody the next time they're in this room, it's going to cost them.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I walk around with this very humble mentality. What we're doing right now, we're having fun, man, but we're building something, you know, at the same time. And so when Preston tells me, hey, Derek, you make sure people know you're great. This is what you do. You're the man. You're the best at this. I wouldn't even tell myself that. So when it comes from a place where if my jokes were trash, he would tell me, you would tell me.
Yeah.
Weston would tell me, like, Derek, that just ain't hitting. You can do better. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So what was the shock factor like? You knew some of my jokes, but you didn't know all of them.
No.
What was the shock factor like being live in the audience?
Well, it's weird because I'm watching these people I don't know up there first.
Right.
And, you know, it's funny when you see a stranger, just like watching, you know, Kevin Hart or something on TV.
Right.
You see him up there, you're laughing because you don't know what to expect.
Right.
And the way that you do your stuff, it's crazy how I can know. Even I could have known 100% of what you were going to say.
Right.
But you'll still make me laugh to tears every time. It's wild to see that, as that's the first time. I've never had somebody, you know, that I'm close to get up on a stage or do something like that. Yeah. Same with this podcast.
Right.
I know the guy I'm watching on YouTube right now. You know, it's wild.
Right.
And it's a very different feeling to see, you know, I'm watching, you know, a superstar at an early age.
In the making.
And yeah, like you're literally on your way up there, and you can tell it. The second you hit play and you see how well everything's done, it's just like, you know, the second you got up on that stage, when you first introduced yourself, it's wild to see like how well you are at it.
You know what's crazy? I don't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah.
I tell this to Antonio all the time. When I first get up there, nobody knows this, but my stomach is in knots, bro. I'm talking about like knots. And usually I like to go behind a couple people, not to see their routine, but it just helps me calm down. If you notice, I didn't sit down one time before I went up there. I took 2 shots just to calm my nerves, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pacing back and forth, and everybody's like, Derek, sit down.
Yeah, calm down.
What is wrong with you? You got this.
Yeah.
They already know, Derek, you're going to get up there and kill it. But inside of me, I haven't even taken that first word yet. I'm already looking forward to landing the ending joke, and I know I got a lot of stuff to say.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is I take pride in the preparation and planning before my show. I'm taking pride in how I'm going to deliver this joke. If I've remembered my entire set, are my segues correct between my jokes? And this is not a dig on anybody else. It's just that when I get up there, I want it to be like a conversation like I'm having with you guys right now.
Yeah.
When I tell y'all a joke, I want y'all to see my granny coming in the room. What are you doing in here? Pulling the covers.
Yeah.
I want y'all to imagine what that feels like. When you're sitting in your seat, I want you to imagine the embarrassment.
Yeah.
As if that happened to you. So when I take a step back, even before we left the house, just like when I studied when I was in school, I would rewrite my lineup of jokes over and over again and shorten them each time. So I know when I look at my paper, it'll say gout joke.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
I know the story behind that.
Yeah.
So if I tell that story tomorrow, my wording may be a little bit different, but the substance will still be there.
Yeah.
What I'm learning how to do is deliver a joke, the different variables in my voice, doing those type of things, right? Pausing to get a reaction.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got up there, I said, fellas, give me a hurt. And they already do that, right? They already bark. So they're barking. The front row, table full of women. I said, ladies, give me an ow. They was like, ow. I said, y'all better do better than that. I said, I'll light up this whole front row. And they looked at me like, oh, what's he going to say, you know?
Yeah.
I said, ladies, can I get an ow? And they did it better, right? I just wanted that little icebreaker. Of course, the Will Smith stuff has already passed, but I still like to let everybody in the room know I'll whip y'all's ass if y'all come up here, right? So I told him straight up, and he didn't know I was going to say this. I said, listen, if I say something to offend anybody tonight, it behooves you to stay in your seat. Because I've been in karate for about 3 weeks now. You know what I'm saying? 3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks is going to do much.
That's why I said it. You get it? I had to think about something so ridiculous. When I say, hey, I've been doing this for 3 weeks, that ain't shit.
No.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you're like, you've only been in 3 weeks? What are you going to do? What have you learned? You know? So I was like, listen.
Learn enough to go inside your head.
Yeah, I learned up. Yeah, I told everybody, listen, stay in your seat because I hate to have to put it on your ass, you know? And I think the audience, when you tell somebody you're going to whip their ass, they find it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's something about it.
Absolutely.
That intro, what it really is doing is helping me settle some of that stomach acid that's swirling. After I take those few first words, I've already grabbed the microphone off the stand. Now I'm working.
Yeah, you're already in the zone.
I'm already in the zone. I'm already looking at people. I know, and what I've been trying to do is make a little bit more crowd interaction by pointing at people. And I can see the people that are very interested because the way they're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a joke about being a big dude. I was like, you know, big dudes, when you get with your girl, I was like, there's this move we do. It's called the bulldog. You know what I'm saying? I was like, when you push their legs back and you kind of up on them. There's this huge dude standing by the bar.
Yeah.
He was huge. I said, big fella, I know you know what I'm talking about. He was like,
They lost.
awesome. Just that little bit
Yeah.
helped me so much in that joke because now people are turning around in their seat and they're not only laughing at the joke, they're laughing because I'm interacting with him and he's like 6'6", 350.
Yeah. It's a way to control the crowd.
Control the crowd. I'm
yeah.
putting a spotlight on you. Everybody's like converging on you now. And now they can visualize this big joker
Yeah.
pushing some little girl's
Balance
legs.
about it, yeah.
You know, not little girl, a full grown woman, but smaller than him. Let me fix that, okay?
Definitely got to get that one understood there.
Please let me fix that. Fully grown, 26 years or older, just in stature, smaller than him. And everybody in the room was smaller than him.
Yeah.
This Joker was like the Big Show. You know what I'm saying? So, Tonio, you've been hearing me my entire life.
Yeah.
We have literally, I've had more comedy shows with you.
Oh, yeah.
Over the phone and me and you and somebody else than I've ever done in my life. So, how do you see how I've evolved from just talking to you guys to where I'm at now?
I don't see any difference.
You don't see no difference? Okay.
No, I don't see any difference. You're always going to be yourself, and I know how you are. So it's just seeing my best friend up there doing his thing.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
To be honest.
That means a lot. And, you know, I'm really trying to hold on to that to say, hey, Derek, don't try to complicate this. You've been doing it forever.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Be myself. And the style that I want to deliver these jokes in, it's so hard for me to do this some days, right? Because I want everything to be a certain way. But like you told me, we got to have fun with this. This is fun. This is a conversation we'd have whether we were here or not, you know? So I got to remember that. But it's crazy. We were talking about things that we've been going through this week. I would say some more of the jokes that I had, but we're going to get some editing done and we're going to drop those. I don't want to spoil them for anybody.
That's awesome.
You know? But my ending joke, Preston, what did you think about that one?
That joke was by far the funniest thing I've ever heard you come up with.
Right.
By far.
And I come up, and we took an hour and a half ride to go down to North Carolina one day. Preston heard me just rattle off some stuff, and I looked over at him, and he was like, "My gosh,
Yeah.
like what is wrong with you?" You know?
There's got to be a problem in there. You can't come up with that stuff without having some kind of issue.
Right.
You got it.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said, you know, and I think it's funny when I do say stuff. He'll lean back in his seat. You're like, you're getting like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And poor Weston, he's like,
he don't want you to do it.
Yeah, he don't want me. He doesn't know if I should say that or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's like the what do they call it for the players? PR.
Yeah.
You know, like when they do their press release or their interviews, they're cringing because they don't know
what they're gonna say.
If Kyrie's gonna, I'm joking. You know, they don't know. They don't know if Kyrie is gonna pull down his pants and he's got a daggone, I ain't gonna say it, but you know, I feel like that's how Weston is with me. I feel like he knows that I know my left and right limits.
Yeah, your boundaries.
But he knows I'll push it, you know? So sometimes when I say something on here, I'll go and look over to the right and just see where he's at with it, you know? So as always, I forgot, I got into this so much, I forgot the beginning. Put that damn burger down. All right now, I know you're eating, watching this, you know, you're probably somewhere you shouldn't be, but I ain't gonna get into that either. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go on YouTube, type in Steak and Sauce Podcast. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button so you can be informed when we drop everything new. You won't be disappointed. Baddest podcast in the land. During the week, Preston, what I like to do is, obviously, we send videos to each other back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
I like to compile a few that I really, really laughed at, and I like to go ahead and throw them up on the screen just so you guys can see them, just so we can get a reaction, right? So we'll run a few of those, and we'll run a few more a little bit later. Now, as funny as this is,
he reminds me of that dude from DC.
From DC, he does not have a real firearm, but from a distance, it does. You cannot tell.
No.
And in today's time, it is very dangerous to be a black man in the middle of the street doing this to police. I'm just gonna tell you, all right. But it was funny because they are having to weave
through him.
To get around him.
And he's doing it every.
He thinks he has a machine
He
gun.
really does in his head.
Look at him kick back right
Bro,
there.
I'm telling you, I think he changes mags in a second. He is really giving them this work right now.
Yeah.
You know?
He's aiming at the driver and the passenger.
Engine block, he hit the engine block tires. Look, he walked them down. He walked them down on that one.
Street sweeper.
Street sweeper. Look at the comment. He was letting off. He was, bro. Golly, this is hilarious, man. I saw this. I laid in bed and cried. You know, and I also prayed that they didn't kill him. Like I prayed they didn't kill this man because all they had to say, it looked like he had a gun.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that nobody said anything.
That'd have been it. We would have marched.
He must have been doing it for a while. You know how many cops passed him?
He's sweating. He is sweating. If they would have killed him, they'd have shut the city down.
Oh, yeah.
They'd have burned the local Target to the ground. I'm just telling you. That's a joke, by the way. Don't. Yeah.
Washing their hand, that means you're dirty. If you have to wash your hand after you pee, what do you get, a dirty? And why do girls have to wash it? We don't touch nothing.
We don't even touch nothing.
Yes, you do.
I get when you take a shit,
Dirt.
wash your hands.
I will wash
You
my
have the
hands
toilet
when I take a
paper in your
shit
hand while
always.
you wipe.
But what
See,
you,
that's
why
how
do
they
I
think,
wash my
though.
hands?
You gotta
For
think.
what?
That's
I'm
how
not
they
sticking
think.
my hand up my vagina. And you know what's crazy? And I think a lot of people do this. Like if I'm in a public restroom and there's people in the stalls, I will even after I pee go to the sink, wash the water, like pretend
Run the water.
Like Weston said, he's like, why would you even waste your time to do that?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going to stand there without washing your hands and just run
the water.
I don't know who these two girls are, but if y'all have an intimate relationship with them, y'all are sick.
Yeah. Look at her hair.
She looks dirty. She
Yeah,
looks
she
like
looks
stinks.
dirty. Yeah. I'm sorry to say that about somebody.
Yeah, she stinks. I'm telling you that right now. And ladies, please do not come at me for this, but I have a sixth sense for funk, and I'm telling you right now, little redhead and dirty blonde right here, if you were to take them on some type of room where
Pull them pants down.
Oh my gosh. The level of funk that would roll off of them. She said she doesn't feel the need to wash her hands.
Yeah.
Afterwards. That means whenever they come over to your house, whatever they're touching, whatever they're interacting with in their car, if they're handing you a damn Cheez-It,
It's got it.
butt juice
Yep.
all over your Cheez-It. You know what I'm saying?
And
And she even said, dudes, does that mean you have a dirty private? No,
Yeah.
I wash my hands before I touch myself. Why? Because I've touched a million things before I go to the bathroom. What is wrong with? Can we have that audio one more time, Weston, please?
I think a lot of people do this. Like if I'm in a public restroom and there's people in the stalls, I will even after I pee go to the sink, wash the water, like pretend run the water, pretend I'm washing my hands. Get
out
some
of
paper
there.
towels, get out.
Or I'll run. I'll run out of the bathroom before the other person comes
What?
out.
She's funky.
Bro, she looks like it.
I don't care. I'm done. I'm done.
She looks like God.
I don't think they bathed that day.
Washing their
Look at
hands,
you
that
can just tell by the hair.
Yeah,
wash
that
your
water
hands
did
after
not
you
touch them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, these two girls have
And why do
loofahs.
girls have
Hey,
to
don't
wash
come
their
at me.
hands?
I don't mean.
I want to say something, but I
will wash
can't.
my hands when I take a shit always.
Yes, but what are you?
I
Why do
cannot, but I so badly want to say something.
Oh, God.
These two women have loofahs.
And you know what's crazy?
They've had
I
the
think a
same
lot of people
loofahs
do
since
this, like,
they've
if I'm in a
graduated
public
high school.
restroom And there's people
These
in
are the women
stalls,
that
I
think
will
that they don't
even
have to
after I
lift
pee,
their
go
feet
to
in the
sink,
shower,
wash
that they
the
can
water,
just
like,
let the water run
the
on
water,
them.
pretend I'm washing my hands. Get
Get
some
out of
paper
there.
towels.
And
get
these
out.
women
Or I'll run.
are
I'll run out
sending
of the bathroom
sneaky
before the other
link
person
texts
comes
at
out.
3
I don't
a.m.
wash my
Hey,
hands.
come put your mouth on me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Bitch, I dare not.
No way.
Also,
Nope.
we talked about this.
Okay? Let's run the
I
next
ain't
one.
putting my mouth on you anyway.
Yeah. I'd rather kiss a frog.
He is the only man to ever ace a Rorschach test. Every time he goes for a swim, dolphins appear.
Shout out to Gary. I saw this and thought about Gary.
Oh, did you?
To probe them. If he were to give you directions, you'd never get lost, and you'd arrive at least 5 minutes early. His legend precedes him, the way lightning precedes thunder. He is the most interesting man in the world.
Shout out to Gary Doss. I saw that, and it just made me think of him. Like, I bet Gary does half of these things, you know. Gary, we hope you feel better.
Yeah.
He's on the mend. He's getting better every day, so we love you, man, and can't wait to have you back on here for sure.
Have y'all seen those little airplanes at the end there with the parachute.
No, what happens?
How popular those are getting? I see those all over TikTok.
For real?
I seen one dude, some other country, come over a mountaintop the other day, and the parachute just folded under it. I'm sorry, I don't know what the result was. I hope everything's
I'm laughing.
okay,
Why are you going to try to go across a mountain on that?
Yeah, first of all, you know better. Okay?
I've seen guys up above the clouds in those things.
Oh, Lord.
There is no way I'm taking
a limit.
That's a go-kart.
It's a go-kart with a parachute.
With a damn parachute attached to it.
And an
There's no
altitude
way
gauge
I'm
on
doing
it.
that.
No way. Nope.
You'd have better luck. If you want something that's life-changing and risky, just go to Radford University or Tech and go meet with one of these broads out here. You got the same life expectancy.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Damn, I'm sorry. Can we roll the next one? That's one of those times Wetson's like, God.
Oh.
Look. I hate you.
Oh, they just ruined them kids' Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Them kids are traumatized.
Never be the same.
First of all, the little girl, shout out to her, she tried to take him down, right? They already know what he's there for. Look at the adult filming it. Did y'all see the grown man filming it?
The little kid wanted to say something. He was like, you.
God, listen. What did he say? What did he call him? Did y'all hear that? Run that back. Oh, listen. What? Ladies and gentlemen, we have. I knew I heard it. I wasn't sure. Where do they live? Are they in Princeton, West Virginia? The funniest thing to me is how he comes through the door. Yeah. Listen.
Did you?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, God, dog boy. All I can do is shake my head. Who are your parents? This is what's wrong with the world right now.
Shoot.
Let's run the next one.
Looking for a yellow bone, long hair, star. Dick in the Hicks, come get my car. I'm looking for a yellow
Who sings that song?
Soulja Boy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm looking for a yellow bone, long-haired star. So everybody was doing this dance on TikTok. Clearly, this boy is rhythmically challenged. He's doing his best.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But when he comes up to the camera, get in my car. That was the funniest part for me. But yeah, that was that song, Soldier, Pretty Boy Swag.
All right.
So they've taken that song. It's crazy on TikTok right now. All the girls got the little dance to it. I want to point out something. Half of the women that do this dance on TikTok, if you notice in the same shot, they're dancing beside a toilet. If you want to impress us, ladies, stop dancing beside toilets.
They do. They just set cameras up anywhere.
Anywhere. And I see the damn soap film in your shower. You don't have a washcloth hanging up.
Oh my God.
You know she just farted 3 times in that bathroom. But she wants to give the perception, I guess that's the right word, that she's fresh. No, look at the toilet right next to her. Take the hottest girl you've ever thought about. Now take that same girl and she just rips one in your car. Do you feel the same?
Yeah.
Do you?
Why not?
I don't.
Everybody does it.
No, I don't give a damn. Okay.
It'd be different if she's on the toilet.
Listen. My granddad raised me a little bit different. Right? Rest in peace. He knows. If a girl farts in my car and we're going down the road, I'm brake checking your ass. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm rolling down the window and I'm calling you a funky goat. How dare you?
You'll call her a funky goat, but
to her
later on
face.
that night. It's a little different.
It's different at nighttime. Want a little sweat on that thing. Did you work hard today, girl?
What'd you call it the other day? What'd you call it?
What'd I call it?
Season it.
Yeah, a little seasoning. Don't nobody want. Listen, you don't like the burger because the way that just the meat. You like it for the condiments and the seasoning.
True.
I call it FDF, full day's funk on that thing, you know?
That's absurd.
No, it ain't absurd.
That is.
You ever got your favorite meal? What's the first thing you do when you open up that to-go box? You put your nose in it, boy. First thing you do. Oh, now y'all want to be different. Okay. Steak and Sauce family, I told y'all how they do me. I told y'all how they do me. This is a prime example. Now we have saints in the building.
I know I ain't no saint.
And these are the two biggest dirt balls you could ever meet in your life. Right. Now all of a sudden they want to portray me as being a dirt ball. Yeah, I'm going to smell it, but I ain't going to tell it.
You just did.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
You got that reputation.
Yeah. You know, if you come with me, it's going to be different. Okay? That's why I suggest don't nobody creep with me, because I'm going to change your perspective on a lot of things. Some of the stuff that I do, listen, if you're used to eating vanilla ice cream every day, and then you come with me and you have mint chocolate chip, that's hard to follow up.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow up. I'm just saying. So.
Her loss.
Hey. Drake's album.
Hey, it's fire too.
Yeah, it is. Golly, he said a lot of stuff in there. What Usher say? Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. So, getting into it, Thanksgiving is, right around the corner. One of my favorite holidays, just because we can come together as a family. My family dynamic is just a little bit different because we usually have 2 dinners, and nothing wrong with that. It's been that way since I could remember. It's just the planning of it all, making sure we spend time here and then we go over, to this side of the family.
Go to everybody's house.
Are y'all the same? Like, Tonio, is that
it was usually my mom would cook and then we would go to my grandma's house.
Okay, after that.
Yeah.
Okay, but y'all would cook, take the food over there.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody be there, right?
Everybody's at mama's dinner.
Gotcha. Preston?
Yeah, it's like we'll have like our close family.
Right.
And everything's cooked there. And then we'll have one where it's like at my grandma's, and then everybody's bringing, they're going to take care of the sides. We'll take care of the turkey. Right. Bring it over there. And then we'll have like an off one. It'll just be like 4 of us. So it's like, there's like 3 or 4, and it's a lot to try to get taken care of. Sometimes we got to move it. We didn't get done with all these today. Right. We're going to have to move one to tomorrow. Yeah. So it's a lot. There's a bunch of spread out ones, right. but yeah.
Now, you had mentioned to me the other day about your parents traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Do they usually have to do that every year?
No. So this is actually the first year that my stepfather's ever worked this far away.
Okay.
So.
And can you tell us? I didn't mean to cut you off. Can you tell us? They're in Texas right now.
Yeah, they're in Wichita Falls.
Yep. And can you kind of tell us what he does? Like,
right now he's doing project management down there.
Okay.
Usually, he does management stuff like over, or inspection stuff over, blasting or anything like that, like rock blasting.
Okay.
And then, but he's project managing a building right now. And yeah, they're in Wichita Falls, and this is, like I said, his first time they've ever been this far away. And now he did work in it was Pennsylvania. Where was it at? Washington, PA.
Washington. Okay.
Yeah, really nice area.
Okay.
He did work up there, and that's 6 hours away. Right. So he would come in every other weekend, and no big deal. But when you move 17 hours away,
right?
It's 17:38 from my driveway. That is a game changer.
It is.
That's the furthest I've ever drove in my life. And something else that is funny to me is that I had to go out there by myself.
Right.
One car, I wasn't stopping. Nobody with me.
Riding dirty.
I did it great. Perfect. Right through. No issues. When I went down there with my girl, and just knowing that there's somebody else right beside me that has a driver's license and can drive this car. Right. It's like you just get tired fast. You just don't want to drive no more.
You already know.
When you know that there is somebody else in this car that can take care of everything.
Right.
I'm trying. I'm waking up.
That's a long drive, though.
Hey, yeah.
It took us 18. We took you to the base.
Took us 18. That drive, when I was in the Army, not to cut you short, we'll get right back. Antonio and my buddy Josh drove back with me after one of my breaks. we were in my pickup truck. It was a long ride. I think I've driven from Christiansburg, Virginia to Fort Hood, Texas in my life maybe 7 times. And my granddad mapped out the route. I got it remembered like the back of my hand now. Mm-hmm. Once you cut over, you're crossing the entire state of Tennessee, right? And
that's the worst part.
If nobody's ever been from, what is it, Knoxville, Nashville, Memphis, I can't remember the order.
Memphis is the last one.
Memphis is the last one. I remember my granddad, this is so funny. He said, listen, son, when you get to Memphis, there's a beltway that loops up around Memphis. Make sure you loop up. He was like, the trucks, everybody's going to merge to the right. Make sure you take that. We're running a 40 West.
Yes.
At this point, running 40 West, get out of Memphis. Now we're crossing over. Now we're in Arkansas. By the time we get to Little Rock, Arkansas, that's a pretty good stretch for the first day. You can bed down in Little Rock.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
Push out of Little Rock the next morning. Now we're at Texarkana.
Yeah.
The border. And that is a real place for anybody who's like, oh, he's dumb. You ain't never been there. It's called Texarkana. It is the border of Texas and Arkansas.
Yeah.
Once you see that, excuse me, you know you're getting pretty close. So
that's how it is. You think when you first see that name on a sign, you're like, all right, I'm almost there. You know, this stretch is finally almost over.
Right.
But I swear they put that sign up on Tennessee border for Texarkana or Arkan, whatever.
Right, and you get excited.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so close. Why is the GPS still saying it's so far away?
Right.
I thought I was here. Right. You know, when I seen this city,
right,
this town, whatever it is.
It's like a town, but it's supposed to be the capital, Little Rock.
Right. And
my grandfather was born there. And that was the first time I seen it. I was like, this is the capital.
But I'll tell you, there's like a little secret hidden place in Little Rock. They got some money up there. They got some houses. If you go, and I can't remember exactly where, but they got this little mountainside, and it's like this retirement communities and stuff like that. And Little Rock kind of gave me like a New River Valley vibe.
Yeah, it is
a little bit, you know, to an extent.
Yeah,
I remember, and you're right to a point. When you have somebody riding with you,
it's much harder.
2 things. If she's thick, if she's thick, look at
where's this one going, right?
You already know where it's going. If she's thick, you looking for that Dollar General parking lot. So you can pull over and move over, right?
Yep.
Now, you can't do too much because you still got to drive ahead of you. And if you're anything like me, when you get to that mountaintop, the back of your eyes start to hurt, right?
I think you might be the only one in that category.
You alive? I've seen you. I've seen you. sound like Bebop and Rocksteady off Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because it feels good.
I consider it like, you know, the movie Venom.
Yeah.
When he's changing and he just wants it to stop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So you're either looking for that Dollar General parking lot, right? Or you're looking over at her with complete disgust because she's asleep. And the only thing you want to do is hit her with a piece of ice or something. You know what I'm saying? Because she's sleeping good, you know? But you know, like, man, we still got 10 hours left.
Yeah.
The good thing about the trip is it's a beautiful trip.
It is. Yeah.
It is a beautiful ride. I would definitely go strapped because you're going in some There's some questionable
Memphis
places.
is one of the dirtiest places I ever seen.
He didn't mean that.
No, I do mean it. I do mean it. Memphis is the dirtiest place I ever seen.
Weston,
I've been to New York. I've been all over the place.
There.
It's trash everywhere.
Is it? I've never been.
We've been through there. I was telling you that when we drove through there. I was like, look at this shithole.
I'm trying to be nice about it because there's a lot of rappers from Memphis and they don't play rap. Okay? What was you going to say?
Memphis has one of the highest crime rates in the country.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's a shithole.
I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean.
Well. Cat's out the bag on that one.
That was it right there. It's over.
It's over. Hey, and when Weston says something, that's it. That is it. You know what I'm saying? And
That
if
one
it-
had research behind it right there.
that
My
one,
family used to live there. Or
Hey.
not
All
my
right,
family,
good,
but I
good.
had family that lived there.
when Weston said that just now, that had meaning behind it. It sounded like somebody got jumped. Somebody went through a bad little situation up there. I don't know, you know. But so, Weston,
Yeah.
for you and your family, are y'all meeting in one place? Are y'all traveling? What's that look like for y'all during Thanksgiving?
It depends on the year, I guess. Because we all live like all over the place, right?
Right.
So like when we lived in upstate New York, we did Thanksgiving up there with my mom's side.
Okay.
And my dad's sister, my aunt, she lives in Florida. So for Thanksgiving, they'll go to Florida. And then for Thanksgiving for my mom's side, they come up and visit us. But it depends. When we moved to Virginia from upstate New York, we would travel to North Carolina.
Okay.
But this year, since my grandpa passed away last month,
Sorry to hear that.
they're-
Sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah.
They're coming up here this year.
Okay.
So because my grandma's there by herself now, so my dad's there for this weekend, and he's gonna bring her back.
Awesome.
And then my other aunt, her mom lives in Martinsville, so they're gonna go do Thanksgiving there, and then they're gonna come and visit us like later this week. So it depends on the year.
Right. Who does majority of the cooking for you guys? The heavy lifting.
It's always going to be the mother or the
Right.
grandmother.
Grandma.
Always.
And the reason I'm asking that is because I got a couple friends where the dads are outside dropping the deep frying the turkey. in.
Yeah.
That
You know
is-
what I'm saying?
that
Like,
is
that's-
smart.
I
The
mean,
dynamics are a little bit different in
On
some
that
areas.
side, on my
Right.
dad's side,
Yeah.
that's who's doing it. I mean, he's smoking it, he's
Right.
deep frying it.
Smoke that
doing
meat wagon.
Yeah, you know, he's out there all day.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Sorry, that came out a little bit bad. Didn't, you know?
Always, always,
always.
geek.
Always.
You know it's coming out that way. That's why you said it.
But yeah,
Is-
it's always the moms or the grandmas.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Is it acceptable during the holidays to have a house full of family and you and your significant other sneak off somewhere like on soul food? You ever seen that movie?
It's not acceptable.
If you're in the
It's
mood,
not-
why not?
it's-
yeah, if
It's
you're-
not acceptable?
I think
You
it
got-
is.
are
If
we
you're in
at-
the mood, yeah.
Are we at your house or somebody else's?
You're at your house, your grandmother's house, auntie's house.
How many people were there? Like
The whole
family, or is this
family, but
after dinner? Or?
I mean, this is
That makes it more interesting.
yeah, because you might
About to get caught.
That means I gotta go now.
no.
Sorry, that might have pinged a little high. It's not acceptable.
I think it is.
I feel like it'd be more acceptable if we were at like all of us were at your house,
You want to go to my house?
your friend's house, but you got your great. What you doing? You just had a joke about it. Wait, your grandma walks in there.
Hey, listen.
Come on, man, you gonna do that to your
Hey,
grandma?
shut the door. I'm gonna tell you right now. If I'm in a house full of people and I got a little shouty with me, they in there stirring that mac and cheese in there. I'm trying to stir that mac and cheese in there.
That's an after. Your grandma's working.
You got 5 to 10 minutes.
She's been down
there
there all day cooking. All she wants to do is come up there and tell you it's ready, and you in there smacking
Oh, it's
cheese.
ready.
You in there munching
It
already.
is ready.
Yeah,
Smacking
it's
them
ready.
hams.
She's ready. You know?
Nah.
I got 3 words for you. Heavy whipping cream.
Nah.
You know? So across the board, it is not acceptable to
I
go
believe
ahead.
so.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
if it was at my house, it might change a little bit.
Might change a little bit. I don't
But-
give a damn where I'm at. I'll run that thing in, boy. Because I'm a dog.
Where are you doing it at?
What do you mean? Well, okay.
So
well,
we're
let me
at
set this
grandma's.
up. We're at grandma's right now.
All
I put my
everybody's
grandma's
in the
house.
kitchen, living room.
Okay.
You know,
Kitchen,
everybody's
living room,
cutting it
they're
up,
eating
yeah,
here and
talking.
there. I'm going to say,
He got
hey,
spots.
I got spots. I'm going to say, hey, who needs the extra soda? The sodas are down in the garage. And
You're doing it on the concrete.
boy. So I'm gonna look at, you know, so-and-so, and I'm gonna say, hey, will you help me? We're gonna get down the garage. I'm already gonna be thinking, right? So I'm gonna say, oh, go ahead and open that fridge right there. When she opened the fridge, I might give her a little yank. And she'll be like, boy, stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't nobody coming down here, you know? Hit that latch on that little door, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even gotta do too much. She might have to take one leg out the jeans. That's if she got on jeans.
Yeah.
She might have on the little leggings. And then you can do my favorite move of all time that drives me absolutely crazy. You find you a little riding lawnmower or something, put one leg up on there, one knee. Just pull them jokers to the side. It's like opening the blind, see who's outside. There is nothing more sexy than pulling them to the side.
You talk about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like lifting up the aluminum foil on that pan.
Yeah. See it right there. See the steam come out?
Ooh.
The heat. Oh.
Ooh.
He said the heat.
That thing hot in it.
It is a real thing.
It is a real thing. It is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
That
100%.
heat, boy, that thing's preheated.
Fog your glasses up.
It will fog your glasses up. There should be no reason why I'm connecting sex and Thanksgiving so much right now. But both of them are making me hungry.
Yeah, don't go to Derek's on Thanksgiving. You might see something crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm telling you, boy, I need it. And I don't know if I'm wired a little different. I'm not wired a little different. Y'all just let me talk about it more. But y'all the same dogs that I am. I can look around this room.
Hey, I ain't no damn dog.
I can look around this room and I can tell you, okay? I've seen some things that are questionable from people in this room in my lifetime, okay? Now, were there any special traditions that you guys can think of that really sticks out in your mind? Maybe it was a relative that would show up. Maybe it was a thing that a prayer, going around the room, playing cards during Thanksgiving. What is it about this particular day?
Ours is my aunt Letitia. She always brings the desserts, and they're always banging.
Okay.
And the family loves Cowboys, so we always gather
You
and
already
watch
know
the
what time
Cowboy
it
game.
is.
Everybody stuffs their face.
Yep.
Sitting on the couch with their pants unbuckled.
Right.
Watching the Cowboys game.
Because you done had about 15 rolls and you're hurting.
Yeah.
Preston?
That's just one of the big things in my house too. Is that, everybody's a Dallas fan, so we're always on that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the games every year that I don't recall the second to the fourth quarter because I'm asleep. I fall asleep right at the beginning of that game. Once you lay down on that couch,
that's it.
Yeah, that's game. It's over.
That itis is hitting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
right.
that, and then, probably the biggest thing it is for me is just seeing everybody, just happy.
Right.
Because, there's Thanksgiving, everybody gets off work.
Right.
Everybody's going to be there. There's no, nobody has an issue.
Yeah.
So everybody's there and, we're not thinking about what's been going on.
Right.
What we've been dealing with, finances, anything. There's just good food. Everybody's happy. You get to, and you just cutting it up with everybody. It's really nice.
That's a blessing, bro. Yeah. I always enjoy your perspective on things because for the Steak and Sauce family, Preston is like a member of our family. Him and my brother grew up together. They were best friends. I met Preston, and me and him are good friends, And even though we do have an age difference between us, when we talk, I cannot tell because I always tell you you're an old soul.
Yeah.
Your perspective on things, how you look into things, the way that you take accountability for things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I have to stop sometimes. So I'm talking to you. I'm like, man, this dude kicking gems. You know what I'm saying? Like kicking knowledge. So I appreciate that about you.
Absolutely.
You know what
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Weston, what any type of traditions or things that stick out to you?
I mean, when we all got older and had jobs, it changed. But when I was younger, my it was like the grand uncle, I guess, like your grandma's like brother. He pulled trucks for Hess gas, so he would always, and I don't know what he did for Hess, but he had a lot of money.
He had some bread,
and he would always bring over these like Hess trucks.
All the little collectibles,
like the little ones. So,
those are worth money, bro.
Yeah, Max used to collect them. He has a jet one and everything.
For real?
Yeah.
Hey, that's really dope.
From 99 to I guess 2017, I have all of them.
Oh, dang.
So it started when I was a kid, and then I have all of them.
That's amazing.
Unfortunately,
really
they're not in the boxes, but because I took them out and played with them because I was a kid.
But people will still because you have those consecutive dates.
Yeah.
Nobody's re-releasing those.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a full series.
That's a full series. You have them.
Yeah,
that's kind of like me
cool.
and my NASCAR stuff.
Yeah.
You know, my NASCAR collection. funny story behind that. When all that stuff was happening with NASCAR, when what's his name, Bubba Wallace,
Yeah.
he had a little issue with the garage and all that. Well, I won't go into it. I met this guy in Pulaski, and he had placed a thing on Facebook Marketplace, and it said, "I'm getting rid of all this SHIT," right? And I was like, "What's wrong with this guy?" You know. So I meet him in Pulaski, and I hopped out of the truck, and he said, "Brother, I'm telling you right now, I'm fully disgusted with NASCAR and everything it's become." He's like, "I don't want no parts of it. You can have everything in this box for $100. So I'm thinking it's going to be some, little sporadic stuff. No, I'm talking about Kyle Petty, Bella Yellow, complete sets, VHS, die-cast cars, every car Richard Petty's ever drove in the box. I'm talking a lot of commemorative stuff, a lot of matching, like the tractor trailer, the car, the pit crew. I was amazed. Big deal stuff. So I was amazed, when I got it. So that's awesome that he was able to bring you, those Hess trucks.
Yeah.
For me, one of the things that sticks out the most to me is, y'all know I like to role play. So I might come home one day and I might have to check the AC unit, HVAC. One day I might come in, I might be the plumber. You know what I'm saying? During Thanksgiving, and I see Weston already dropped his head out of the corner of my eye. During Thanksgiving, I like to, dress up as one of the settlers. And I got one of them blunderbusters and big old rifles.
Yeah.
And I get me a little shorty and she dresses up with, like a little Indian, you know what I'm saying? And I like to go out in the woods and chase her down, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I do.
John Smith from Pocahontas.
Now we won't fully go John Smith Pocahontas because he was like 37 and she was.
Yeah, that one's a
Disney, y'all's funky asses. Y'all didn't tell that story right. They wasn't 19 jumping off of waterfalls together, all right?
Nah.
He was damn near at retirement age. She ain't even went to prom. So Disney messed all that up. But, I like to, I call it the Thanksgiving hunt. What I like to do.
Never heard that before. Why you had to steal it?
You might have to try it, boy. You might have to try. No, but what I really, really enjoy is when we go over my grandmother's, it's me, my family, Jalen, Jordan, the nieces, nephews.
Yeah.
My granddad, before he prays, and my aunt, she'll say, let's go around the room and let's everybody take a second and say what we're thankful for. And surprisingly, every year that changes because we've been through something in that year. So when I was deployed, they would light a little candle for me because I wasn't there. And we can get so caught up in the day-to-day and so it's just mundane sometimes that we forget that a few years ago, we weren't even able to be in the same room with these people. So I'm always thankful now that I realize about life. And I think it's just maybe because I'm getting a little bit older, but I'm just thankful for the years and years and years that my grandmother and my aunts and both sides of my family have taken time and making sure that the meal was fully prepared.
Yeah.
All the effort they put into it. Us being able to come together as a family and everybody be healthy.
Yeah.
Us seeing each other. Us having those laughs. Getting mad at my dad because he's holding up the line because he's putting his plate the way he wants it. And, these are things, it's just not another Thanksgiving. Like you said, everybody's here. We're enjoying everything. And for those that are not here, it just makes us really, really have a different perspective on that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's one tradition that I'm thankful that we do is we go around the room and everybody says what they're thankful for. And everybody's could be different.
Yeah.
When we get to that point, but
that what you just got on right there, that is something else I've noticed about any kind of major holiday like that.
Right.
When we were kids, we got in the car and went there.
Right.
And just played around, ate food, seen everybody, talked. But when you're an adult,
yes,
it gets there's a lot more stuff in there. Well, whose house we're doing it at? You start getting in those conversations.
Right, because something may have changed.
We can do it at mine. We can do it at yours. Who's cooking this? Who's coming over to start at your house if we're doing it at your house?
Right.
you know, you got to get your house ready. Do I have a big enough table for everybody?
Right.
There's a lot, and you know, all the ingredients that you need. Someone went and bought that all those years.
The money that goes into this.
Yes, it is wild.
I didn't mean to take for granted all the years that I've just showed up somewhere.
Just showed up and ate.
That's all I had to
talked.
do.
Yeah.
That's all I was required to do.
Yeah.
I love to cook. I didn't have any part of making sure the logistic part of Thanksgiving was together.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that you brought that up.
You know, you get
somebody else is making sure that they set money aside after the first, because everybody just paid some bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And making sure that, you know, not the first, but making sure that the way Thanksgiving falls this year, that they've got enough allotted.
Got everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of that, I don't want to cut anybody off. Steak and Sauce family, here at Steak and Sauce, we want to do something different this year. Yeah. We have a turkey or a ham voucher that we would like to give to a family in need. And we would like to get this to them before next week. So I'm going to make another post about this on Facebook. But if you do know a family in need, truly in need, have them reach out to one of our platforms. They don't have to put it public. They can message us directly, and we will get in contact with that family, and we'll be able to set that up and be able to get that voucher to them. That's the least that we could do.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And I don't want that to sound like we're just doing that for this show. No, I really want that to go to someone, because I thought to myself the other day, I've never really had to sit back and think about how we're getting this turkey, how are we getting this food, how are we doing this. But other people, that's a serious thing that's on their plate right now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up, but we will post about this again. But please let this be something legitimate. We want it to go to the right people, and we want to help out. So a good point you made, we were only having to go, show up, eat, and go home. We wasn't cleaning nothing.
No.
We wasn't worried about how much it cost. We weren't worried about the travel arrangements for people having to get there.
When to start cooking.
When
make sure it's
stop.
ready for everybody to get there.
Oh, wait a minute. Tonio's working today, so we need to push our dinner back a little bit. Weston has to travel. So that means, like, you know, we got to line up for that too.
Yeah.
So as we get older as men, there's a lot of things that we're going to be required to do that probably we weren't.
At all, yeah.
We didn't have any responsibility.
Yeah.
So these holidays go from just being able to go and eat to us really digging down into this and being thankful for the people that have made this happen for us all these years.
You start to see that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't even think about if my grandmother's tired.
No, yeah.
My granddad does the dishes every year after it's over.
Yeah.
We don't even think about that. He doesn't even ask us anything.
No, yeah.
He lets us sit there and watch TV, watch football. He already starts. We don't think about any of those things because we know I'm taking 2 to-go plates. I got lunch for the next couple days.
Yep. And you're out. Yeah.
And I'm out.
I wake up, put on my, take a shower, put on my outfit for the day to see everybody, look nice.
Right.
And go. Meantime, mom or grandma's in there. They got up, took a shower, but then they immediately have to go start sweating. They're in front of the oven all day.
Cooking.
Right.
They don't get to be all fresh and clean. And, they got to sit there and work all day cooking and getting everything ready. It's wild.
It's wild.
You really start to see that stuff.
And that's the great thing about growing up, too. You can start your own traditions.
Yes.
That's something else.
Yes.
Tonio, get into that for us a little bit.
Go ahead.
What traditions, you have a family, you have children. Have Max and Mackenzie already started implementing some of their traditions during Thanksgiving and the holidays? How does that look for y'all?
Just normal. They don't really like to spend Thanksgiving with me. They like to be with their grandparents because they spoiled.
Yeah.
It's too many grandparents to have them all.
Right.
So they're always hopping house to house.
Right. But that's a blessing, though.
Yeah.
And when Max and Mackenzie get older, I think they're really going to appreciate that. And me and Preston were just talking about this. My relationship with my grandmother.
Yeah, I only had one grandparents.
Right.
I had my mom's side, and that's it.
And thankfully, I knew them.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got to spend that time, and that's another thing I think we take for granted. Me and Preston just talked about this for like an hour the other night. My granny is always on my case about everything. You need to be a better leader. You need to do this. Don't get no fries tonight. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing up under that cover? I'm on the hub, Granny. No, I'm playing. So I think that when Preston had to break it down for me, he's like, bro, you talk to your granny every night on the phone. Y'all go places. We go eat together. She's always in the passenger seat. Slow down. Watch out. Doing this. It frustrates me, but these are times that I have to cherish because these are times that are happening right now. She comes and she stays with me. When I get on the phone with her, she'll say, I know you miss me, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I miss you barging in the door. And you know what I'm saying? I'm in here, you know?
Yeah.
Everything else. But the way Preston broke it down for me, these are the moments I need to cherish.
Yep.
These are the phone calls I need to cherish. It doesn't matter if we talk about the same thing 4 nights in a row. You know, I just need to act like I didn't hear about Cheryl before.
Exactly.
You know
just
what I'm saying?
Keep it fresh to
Just
her.
keep it,
She
you
likes
know,
telling you that.
she does.
That's just the way it is.
She loves you and she
Tarzan.
loves him.
Yeah.
Every time she gets on the phone and he's there, she wants to talk to him. She don't even like talking to me no more. Where's Preston at? When my granny calls, I hand him the phone
That's hilarious.
because she wants to talk to him. You know, is Derek doing all right? Is
Yeah,
he
she wants to
watching?
know if you're straight.
Yeah, I'm like, you can ask
Yeah.
me that.
Yeah.
You know, and
She wants the truth.
She wants the truth. You know, it was funny. She cooked some food the other day. Preston and DJ came over to my house, and Granny made one of my favorite meals, shepherd's pie. The way she makes it, it's absolutely delicious. So she told Preston and DJ, hey, y'all are welcome to get some. So they're sitting there eating, and I can tell they like it. Like, it's good. I get up. Well, I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all want any more, y'all might as well get it now, because once Derek gets a hold of it, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, you know, for telling my friends that I'm going to destroy this pan of food at any moment. Mind you, that's why she made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the flip side of that is, if I never touched a drop,
You get on you for that.
Why don't you eat?
that'd be a phone call.
Yeah.
I done cooked for Derek. He's out eating burgers, and I know he is.
Everybody in the family knows. Hey, what? You got your aunt. Why'd
Right.
you go
Why'd
out
you-
to eat
yeah.
when grandma cooked for you?
I feel like I'm cheating because I got to
Yeah.
sneak my food around her. You know what I'm saying? She'll ask me, where are you and Preston going? And I'm like that dude that's trying to go across town. We got a bowling league. We got a bowling league tonight. Mind you, I'm at McAdoo's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crushing a McDuffie
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday. Got the club going up on a Tuesday. But I can't tell her that because I really do enjoy her food, but I don't want to sit there and crush everything because I like to make it last, you know? I've taken for granted the meals she's cooked for me. She took off a year from work to take care of me when I was young. Every holiday they've shown up. We just expect these people in our lives to be there. We expect for them to be there when it's time to go school shopping. We expect for them to be there on the holidays. We expect for them to do certain stuff that they don't have to do.
Yeah, it's because you're born into it.
You know, you're born into it.
Since day one, your first memory,
Right.
that person was doing that.
Doing that.
And they do it, and they do it, and they do it, and they do it. And then you get old enough,
Yeah.
and then you realize that when you get asked to do stuff like they've been doing for 15 years, you're
Right.
like, God, I got something. I'm trying to
Right.
go hang out with Derek's. I'm not trying to go over here and take care of this today.
Right.
But
It got to get done.
It has to get done.
they've been doing that. You just expect it from them. Yeah.
Now the responsibility's on me,
It's
right?
it's on you.
Making
now.
sure
Yeah.
I help Granny get to her doctor's appointments.
Yep.
Making sure that I spend time with her. Making sure that we do certain things. And I'm very appreciative of that. But also, excuse me, when you meet other people, my family dynamic can look very strange to outside people, especially if they came from a childhood that's a little bit different. Think about the people that decided, a young couple, that they're just going to up and move to Thailand together. They may not be able to afford to come home for the holidays, so they got to create their own stuff right there and then for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do appreciate that aspect of life because all I've ever known is what I've done. You know, we've never taken a cruise on Christmas. Some people do that every year.
Every year. Yeah.
Right? A little bit different,
I don't
right?
think people should take a cruise at all. You're on a ship, like looking at water.
I mean, it is fun.
No, it's not.
I would go.
When I took a cruise, it was fun because they had this late night.
You always gotta add something.
Just wait. They had this late night burger and pizza shop. Boy, I drank so much lemonade on that cruise, the workers started getting mad at me. Every time they be going to change the lemonade, like the concentrated, like bags, I'd be right there at my cup, and they roll their eyes. Don't look at me. I paid for this.
Yeah.
All right? So I'm going to drink this, but I call room service. She said, hello? I said, it's me again. I said, bring me two of them tall boys up here. I'd have them deliver lemonade to my door. After we got off of this cruise, I got the bill for all the room service. It wasn't worth it. It's not worth it. But really what I wanted to say is I'm so thankful for the area I grew up in, for the family connections that I have, for the way things have been, that I know that for a lot of people, they may not experience that. Some people can't get along with each other for more than 5 minutes in the same room.
Yeah.
What if that dynamic? I couldn't imagine if me and my sister wasn't close. I couldn't imagine if I couldn't holler at Tony, or we were states away and I couldn't see him during the holidays, or we couldn't, excuse me, we couldn't have our card game every year.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just over.
We're very
most of the time
blessed.
it's over.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that. It's over stupid stuff.
Stupid stuff.
And they will change a whole
yeah.
plan life around everybody's decisions.
Right.
Have to go around these two people.
Right.
You know, and
that makes it very awkward.
It does. Yeah.
Because if you're an empath like me, I feel everybody's energy in the room. When I walk in and something's off,
you know,
because I know y'all beefing,
you know that.
I'm going to try to lighten the mood so y'all are cool, because that uncomfortable feeling that I get from the tension, I can't stand it.
And a lot of other people notice it too. So you know that it
takes over the room.
starts feeding off of that. Yeah, you gotta know you lighten everything up a little bit. Yeah.
I just had a memory come to me. We be sitting at my granny's table, and this is Granny. In Rural Retreat, my granddad, rest in peace, he would always like his stuff a certain way. So cranberry sauce, I love it. But my granddad called it canary bird. Okay? And he'd say, honey, bring me that canary bird. Damn it, Dub, it ain't canary. You know, she'd go off.
Yeah.
But he would do it just because he'd look at me and know she was going to go off.
Yeah.
So once I saw him start eating it, I'd take me a little canary bird, cut me a little slice. You put that with some stuffing, boy. Game changer, right? So it just made me think of like all the little things I started paying attention to. One of the things I've thought about recently, if anybody's watching this, sit down with those people in your life, ask them to take you back to when they were 18. You know?
That's some every day I think about. I wish I could.
I ain't gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm a G. Ask them to take you back to when they were 18. Ask them to tell you what type. I asked my granddad, I was like, was you a player? You were smooth. You know?
Yeah.
Ask them the uncomfortable questions. How was it when y'all bought y'all's first house?
Mm-hmm.
How was it when y'all had y'all's first kid? Was it hard? Some days did you feel like going to work? What was your work ethic like? These are things we don't know about those people in our lives.
Once it gets too late, you'll never know.
You'll never know. What was the biggest mistake you think you've made? You know? Did you ever get so tired of Granny you wanted to leave?
Yeah.
Right?
All that stuff,
man.
They have so much knowledge.
Bro.
They've been through so much.
They know so much.
Yeah.
So many funny stories, so much stuff so I encourage everybody watching this.
Definitely go do it.
Sit down, record them, something. You know, I got a funny story on my Snapchat right now where my granddad was talking about when he knew my grandmother was pregnant. He said we stayed the night together. I woke up the next morning, looked like she drank 3 gallons of water. She was pregnant. He knew already. And she smacked him in the video. The funniest part of that video is my granddad laughed, open mouth, like that. Like, when I see that, I'm like, that's the stories I should have asked him about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The raw runs in the family.
I don't know any other way to go. And I'm not, there's young kids. I want to be a mentor. I want to show young kids you can think outside the box. But man to man, us cutting up right here, listen, I mean, I don't know no other way.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't know no other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Nah.
Like, you serious? That meat to meat is real. And everybody's gonna be like, he was just talking about his granddad. Now he's talking about meat to meat. Something's wrong with him, you know?
Yeah, I told him, did we not say something's wrong here?
You know what I'm saying? That meat to meat heat is different. You know what I'm saying? When you get that meat to meat and it makes you just stop and just stare at her. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask her.
Yeah.
Other people know about this. You
Well,
know what I'm
obviously.
saying? It's like The Secret. Like, they know about this meatball sub.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's that? It's a chicken salad, right?
It's chicken salad.
But no, honestly, how we looking like on time?
Hour 10.
Oh, gosh. We didn't even get into some of the stuff I wanted. My bad. We're having a good time.
It's flying by, yeah.
Top 5 of your favorite Thanksgiving dishes. It could be a dessert, a side, a main course, a meat. What does that look like for y'all?
Obviously, ham. Ham has to be
God,
there.
why?
No.
You know,
I'd rather have ham over turkey.
No way.
What?
when people
My
eat ham,
aunt's
it makes me want to
banana
punch 'em.
pudding,
It's just,
Yeah,
cranberry sauce.
canary bird.
yeah, canary bird.
You're talking to a picky eater, so you already know.
I know it's gonna be a little bit tight.
I don't like stuffing. I don't like macaroni and cheese. No green beans.
Oh, you like mac and cheese?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You love it.
I'm not even I don't even
So
like Thanksgiving
you
like
just
that.
pick
To
a
be
few
honest.
things.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Mainly desserts. And when I turned 18, that's all I went after. Once I turned 18, I went to dessert first because growing up, my aunt Tit and my mama always fought me off the dessert.
Right,
so
right.
once I turned 18,
I'm getting what I want.
Yeah, I'm
You
getting
said
what I
I'm making
want.
Y'all
grown
can't
man
tell me.
decisions
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So you're
It's
like, hey,
over. It's
if
over
I want
with.
to eat pecan pie first,
That's the only thing I'm going to eat. Yeah.
yep. Hey, that's
Makes
a
sense,
good
yeah.
point.
Makes
Yes,
sense.
sir.
My man.
All right, we gotta go turkey
Okay.
first. That's number one.
Regularly baked, deep fried.
So, all good. I haven't had it smoked yet. That's what my dad's going this year.
Okay.
So that might be my new one. But right now,
Yeah.
my dad does it in the oven on like a slow cook.
Yeah.
Puts it real low temp. Lets it sit in there all
Low
day.
and slow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about there.
That's you like it.
Yep. But like that. All right. So then I go mashed potatoes after that.
I'm sorry.
How did the Thanksgiving episode?
I'm
It
sorry.
gets so.
Him
It's you.
It ain't
It's
me.
you. It's you.
It ain't me.
It's you.
How did he interject so much just filth into a Thanksgiving episode? You want to know why? Because we can. Go ahead.
So we got mashed potatoes for sure, and then we'll go brownies. Do brownies. That's always there.
That's different. I like brownies with orange juice. Is that weird?
Yeah, it's like Pringles and milk. Y'all ever heard of that?
Never.
I'll slap somebody if they offer me that.
Yeah, I would fight him probably.
I know one guy that does that. And
Oh,
it's
God.
every day. Every time we go to the gas station, he gets Pringles and milk.
I might get a chocolate milk because you know that
It's chocolate milk. That is, if you're
God.
going anywhere that's major gas station and you're not getting
ice
like
cold
the
chocolate milk.
nice, like not, and don't get Nesquik or something, because that, you know, that big brand stuff, you gotta get like that, the smaller brands
Right.
of chocolate milk.
Yeah.
You just can't beat it.
Can't
That's
beat
the best beverage there is. Best beverage there is. But probably go. Really, that's how I rolls. You
Gotta have them
rolls.
yeast
All right.
rolls.
God, yes.
Gosh, I ate so many rolls one year, my head hurt. Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I get the roll, split it open, put the turkey and mashed potatoes in the roll, close the roll.
That's for the leftovers.
I ain't never
Hawaiian
done
bread,
a
yes.
turkey roll.
That's how you do it right there.
I might have to
You
try
gotta
that.
Try that.
All I
you
heard
can-
was buns, spreading, throwing the meat in.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I would say you could come over to my house and get some, but I ain't bringing you nowhere near my Thanksgivings. No, because I know what you do.
Throwing the meat in.
You got to throw it in there.
You ain't.
I'm coming over.
Nah.
Your girlfriend loves me.
I don't care.
She loves me,
I don't
and
care.
she will invite me. Matter of fact, she'll make sure I got a seat at the table.
Well, you ain't coming to my house. You ain't coming to my house. Because next thing I know, my bedroom's door's gonna be locked while I'm in there cooking.
Yep,
And what's
you're gonna be
Derek
like,
in there doing?
and all you gonna hear is there somebody stirring mac and cheese?
Yeah. Derek's eating early. Nah.
My bad, Weston.
Oh my god. I gotta collect myself.
All right.
So grandma's stuffing
Yep.
for sure. Deviled eggs.
Ew.
Yeah, they stink, but they taste really good.
He's a serial killer, bro. Anybody that he's deviled eggs is a serial
I
killer.
can't mess with
That's
that.
one and two right there.
God, dog.
I guess Santa Claire. Which is really good. And then
What is that?
It's like pudding, chocolate, graham crackers.
Oh,
It's good.
Yeah.
banana pudding. So yeah, I'm with that.
I guess turkey, and then I don't know if I have a fifth one.
Yeah. Any particular? Have you had deep fried turkey
Not deep fried, no.
and peanut oil? It's delicious. If y'all haven't had it,
game changer. And
it's a game changer.
They always have that. Your family's got that, the metal one, the aluminum one.
Yeah.
And it looks like the most raggedy thing, and they throw that big turkey in there.
Right,
With
and-
the propane
and-
tank hooked up next
and
to
the
it.
oil level rise. You
Yeah,
got to account for that,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Because we've all seen the videos where they didn't account for that. They drop that turkey in, and you got to make sure it's almost thawed out, because the temperatures meeting cause this crazy chemical reaction. That stuff boils over, and now your whole backyard looks like purgatory. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen how expensive that was? That's why
Very.
a lot of people are going away from it.
Right.
So it costs so much to deep fry anything.
It does.
What's your top 5?
Top 5 for me, and I'm just thinking this off the top of my head. My Aunt Mimi, shout out to her. At Thanksgiving, she makes this delicious green bean casserole. She makes dirty rice, which is the hamburger with the rice mix. Absolutely love that. I make like a 7 cheese macaroni and cheese. It's the Sweetie Pies recipe. I put a little mix to it though. It's delicious. Number 4 for me would have to be stuffing / canary bird. That combination is just ridiculous to me. Number 5 would have to be rolls. The yeast rolls, the Marie Callender's yeast rolls. I ain't gonna lie to you. I walked by, there was a pan of them, because they come like in the pan, and I just put my pinky down in the middle. That heat got to me.
the heat.
Soft. I said, this pan was a little bit deeper.
Definitely coming over me. Yeah, coming over me.
If this pan was a little bit deeper, it was hot. It might burn you a little bit, Ooh, burn. Now, there's going to be some people that are totally disgusted that you think I'd put my meat down in a thing of rolls. I would never do that at anybody's house. Right? Just like when I was little, I never humped couches.
Yes, you did. I was about to say that. He used to put his meat in between the couches.
Nah.
I have never in my life humped a couch.
Like laying down on the couch?
Yeah, just humping it. He put his meat in the creases.
Were you there? No way. No way. No.
I have never.
No.
Preston,
Did you see
Preston,
Did you watch it?
No. Oh my God. Preston, I have never put my meat in between 2 couches.
I don't know about that,
in my life.
I don't know about that.
In my
I
life.
don't know. You're not coming over to watch football. You ain't coming over to do nothing. Nah.
He's making this up. You can't see it. Look at the enjoyment he's getting from this.
You're laughing about it.
Because it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
He can
put my
picture
meat
it.
between a couch and hump a couch.
I can picture a 9-year-old Derek doing that.
Nah.
Yes, you know what you're talking about.
It's Derek.
He was tearing it up at 9. God.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. Steak and Sauce family.
So Angie, if you see this, I'm sorry.
Listen. Steak and Sauce family. A small disclosure. This is the man speaking. I have never in my life humped a couch, whether it's leather, microfiber. I don't care what it is. I have never just stretched out a cushion on a couch. Okay? Now, maybe some other things, but not a couch, okay? I just want to... How did I know you was going to say that? I knew in my soul you was going to say that. You know?
Because you did it.
Because you did it. Look at Preston. I remember, and I'm just going to say this because we're just having a good time. I found one of my dad's old VHS tapes when I was young, and it was called The Hottest Ticket. And the basis, and everybody's looking at Wesley dropped his head. Everybody's talking about, why is he adding this to the Thanksgiving show? Because I can. I remember putting in this VHS, and the basis of this show was all these freaks were in this movie theater. You know, back in the day, people would go to the movie theaters to watch
pornography.
Right.
Huh?
Yes. When it first started rolling,
yeah, it used to be in theaters.
Big theaters would go ahead and advertise these movies, and you could buy a ticket and sit all the way in the back and get one of your Sunday neckties. And I mean, it's up to you.
Nah,
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. Like full on porn.
Yes. So the basis of this and Granny, forgive me, but the basis of this show was it was a show within a show. So the tape showed people in a movie theater watching videos. Yeah. The videos that the camera angle we were getting would go into their screen, and then the prism would blah, 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 and then would open up to that scene. But then it would cut back to the people in the theater, and they were doing stuff, right? So I remember this one particular scene. This Italian dude was with this BBW, right? And she was yelling, "It's so hot in there, baby." I don't know where she was from. We're going to edit so much of this. And he was like, "Oh, it's hot."
The heat is real.
He had to be in good shape because he was doing like little basketball squats. He's like, "It's hot. It's hot." I remember watching that, not for the allure of it, but for the comic relief. I forgot one time my dad had an automatic tape rewinder, right? Antonio's crying. I forgot to leave it where my dad would watch it from. Because you know, old heads, they know this
Where
wasn't a scene I was on. Somebody's been in my stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember I was on a completely different scene. I remember coming home from school one day. Dad's like, "You been in my tape?" What? What tape? You know, you got to listen. Completely. Hey, listen.
VHS is.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit, right? OJ stretched his hand out. I don't know if y'all know that, to make his hand not fit. So I denied it all, right? I was like, "Dad, I don't know." He's like, "Hey, look, ain't where I had it." So to this day, Dad, I'm telling you right now on camera, I'm surprised that tape film didn't bust. I watch it so many times. And another thing you don't know is I used to rent that tape out to my friends. I would charge my friends $10 for 2 days to rent your tape.
Oh my! No,
it's true story.
No,
true story. Okay,
you gonna do your dad like that?
Hey man, we grown now. You know,
do your dad like
he ain't
that.
gonna be too mad. You know, he probably don't remember that tape.
He's gonna want some money.
You know what? And it makes me think. Everybody wants to call me nasty. What about him? Where did he get that tape from? It's hot in here. Yeah. So anyway,
what'd she say again?
She was like, "It's hot in there, baby." I'm sorry.
He said, wait, what he say?
"Oh, it's hot." He was confirming what she was saying, you know? I don't know if we're going to be up. Weston is just done. I don't know if we're going to be able to title this Thanksgiving episode, or should we title this something
this one somewhere else?
No, this is definitely Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We definitely, I know we're getting close on time. We might have to have a part 2. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't get to, but the main thing coming from this is we're getting older. We're getting to the point where we're starting our own traditions. We're realizing things in our lives now that we didn't before. We're realizing that time is going so fast. We're realizing to respect and cherish the people in our lives so much more. We're realizing that little petty beefs can be overlooked. I think on a daily, I have to go inside and be like, "Derek, don't let that upset you. Mm-hmm. It's not that big of a deal."
Yeah.
What's more important is the time we have here with these people, right?
Exactly.
This time right now, this episode we did right now, we'll never be able to go back and do this. This is stamped. It's done. And I'm so grateful that we've been able to do this. I haven't laughed this hard in so long.
Yeah.
Right? What we're doing right now is going to make the biggest impact. We're leaving a footprint here. We're leaving a legacy here. And I'm thankful for that. So for everybody that's out there, if you have a loved one, if you get frustrated sometimes with the elderly person, if you need to talk to your brother, if you need to talk to your mom, if you need to talk to them, let's make a point to do that this year. Let's not go in 2023 with things still kind of hazy or a gray area. Let's mend some of those relationships. If you need to say you're sorry, say you're sorry. I've had to do it.
Might not get to.
Right. There's nothing worse in the world.
Yeah.
And it's very hard sometimes to take accountability with family and friends and be able to have that tough conversation and say, you know what, man, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What's more important is the relationship that we have. So if you're watching this, take this time to reach out to somebody. You don't have to do it face to face. Maybe send them a message. Maybe you've been wanting to apologize. Maybe you realize things need to be a little bit different. Maybe you realize that, you know, it's just not worth it to hold these things anymore. So that's what I want people to do. And I want people, Steak and Sauce family, I want everybody to do a nice gesture over the holidays. Doesn't have to be for Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas. Go get one. If you can, donate to an organization. Get one of those tree angels. If you get in front of somebody at McDonald's, pay for the person behind you. Let's just start an act of kindness, paying it forward. Let's just start a trend, man. I feel like the world right now, we just need some good vibes. We need some good laughs. We need people still doing good things for each other. So let's continue to do that. Man, I know we are pushing our time. We did not get a chance to get into a few things that I wanted to. You're going to get so many different things when you watch this show, I'm telling you. And I like that. Preston, my man, we're going to have you back. You got a lot of stuff that you want to talk about on here.
Yeah.
Stuff that me and you have talked about. For years.
We've got a lot.
Your family, you're welcome here anytime. Weston, we thank you. Sorry that AC is always my brother.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, man.
Love
I'm
you,
glad you're here with us, man. And like I said, we can't do it without you. This has been Steak and Sauce, the baddest podcast in the land, episode 15. Please continue to support us. Hit that notification button. Go ahead and subscribe. We got something for everybody. You're not going to see another show like this anywhere. I promise you that. Continue to support Weston on Instagram, carmack.media. Go ahead and look him up. Preston, do you want to plug any of your social medias?
Yeah. The Preston Eller on Twitter.
The Preston Eller on Twitter. Okay. Go ahead and check him out. He's got very insightful things, very funny things that he shares. Of course, you can find us. I am Derek Nowlin on my social media, Derek Nowlin. You can also search Steak and Sauce Podcast. Antonio, no, we're not going to do that. Not a problem at all. It's a problem. So, once again, we're thankful. I have another comedy show coming up on December 1st at Bull and Bones.
Yes, sir.
Please come out and check that out.
Please give a shout out to Bull and Bones.
Bull and Bones. Hey, Robbie Hockett, thank you, brother. Thank you for everybody that's helping me with this. Shout out to Bull and Bones. They've always been good to me. We're going to continue to push. We're just trying to continue to push ourselves. And I know the only way to get comfortable is to be uncomfortable. So y'all remember that, right? So this has been Steak and Sauce episode 15. Thank the Lord that he continues to bless us to be creative and productive. And until the next time, y'all be blessed.
That was awesome.
That it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was good.
I think that's one of the best ones we've done in a while.
I feel good. Yeah, that feels good.